Welcome to ADROSONIC Pulse, a podcast where technology meets innovation, business meets transformation, and together we bring to you a space where we have conversations that shape the tech landscape. I'm your host Morvi Sharma. Joining us today we have Jeffy Markose, a quality assurance leader with deep experience in driving reliable, high-performing digital systems. He brings practical lens to quality, showing how strong quality assurance underpins real digital transformation. With over 15 years of experience in the field of quality assurance and consulting, he has someone who has seen the evolution from traditional testing to intelligent automation and quality first approaches. He is currently leading the QA efforts at Tysers as head of quality assurance and helping shape smarter and more efficient testing strategies for complex systems. We're super excited to have him here today to talk about his role, his journey, and the future of quality engineering. Welcome to the show, Jeffy.
Thanks, Movi. Glad to be here.
So let's begin with your journey, Jeffy. Tell us a bit about how what your background has been like, and what sparked your interest in technology, and how did you land up here?
Technology is something I've been always passionate about, right? So, be it doing some smart applications on your mobile or computer, or be it home automation, something I've been always passionate about. My university, I took computer science as a major. So naturally, at that point, I was expecting to be a big time developer, right? Because development is something I was always passionate about. But life has its own twists and turns, right? So I was randomly allocated into quality assurance and testing. I never thought I will pick that up as a long term career, right? So, but here I am, maybe 16 years down the line, right? Enjoying every bit of what I'm doing. In quality assurance, you get to work on various areas, right? Be it functional testing, test automation, database testing, web services testing, or be it working with business on some user acceptance testing, right? Really understanding what they're after, trying to build systems which make sense to them, gives them value, right? So it's that broader perspective which really gave me like that appreciation for quality assurance.
So, you've spent over 15, 16 years in this industry across consulting and financial services. So, tell us a bit about that.
Yes, in my 16 plus years of career, I think first 13 plus years has been in consulting. It was 3 years back. I took this decision to move into industry, explore financial services and insurance to be precise, get that broader perspective, right? So I've been fortunate to get like best of both worlds, right? When I look back in my former roles, I got to work with cutting edge technology, understand the QA process in and out, right? Whereas once I moved into industry, now I get a broader perspective of what the business needs are, some of the common challenges, and how we can leverage what I learned before, right? To build technology solutions that work for end client as well. So I'm really fortunate so far getting to work in both the worlds.
So, talking about that, what has been that one defining moment where you felt like, okay, this is my journey, this is how I want to go ahead?
A key defining moment in my journey so far, it's a short career. Within that, I would say is the opportunity and the decision to move to UK as part of my career, right? Starting my early years from a small town in south of India to moving to Silicon Valley of India, Bangalore, with my early career, and then currently in the financial hub of the world, like London. It has been a dream journey, I would say, so far. Let's see what life brings next.
That's amazing. So, do you see a difference in these two regions or industries that you've catered to? Like, is the work culture, or how do you put in yourself? How do you see yourself fitting into this completely different world? I would say.
There will be challenges in the beginning, but we as humans, we somehow get it done, right? And I'm enjoying each and every phase of that change as we go through that as well, which has really helped. So it's all about keeping an open mind, accepting the challenges, working hard, try to fix some of the issues on your side as well, right? As a person, as a professional, try to fix yourself, improve yourself so that you can give your best wherever you are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you are currently heading quality assurance at Tysers. Can you walk us through what your role looks like, how your day at Tysers looks like, and how do you balance this leadership role and the day-to-day delivery oversight?
Tysers, as you may know, it's one of the oldest brokers in the London Lloyd's market, right? I think with a history of 200 plus years, right? In my current role as head of quality assurance at Tysers, I support work with the wider team with respect to various aspects of quality, whether it's system integration testing, working with a team of technical experts, right, trying to break the system or making sure that it's fit for purpose, whether it's user acceptance testing coordination with wider business, right, to make sure the end users are happy with the solution that we have built for them as well. The role involves team management. It's quite a big team that I work with, right? So there's a team management, there is the resource management, looking at aspects like billing and day-to-day delivery aspects, right? Whether a project is done on time, meeting the quality standards, ensuring accurate gating process is done. So all that forms part of my day-to-day delivery. And I enjoy working hands-on, quite technical myself, right? So I enjoy going into detail, understand the day-to-day problem of the team as well, try to help them with solutions, right, based on my past experience where I can.
So, are you liking the leadership role that you're into? Like now that you are the head of quality assurance at Tysers.
Totally. As I said, it has been a dream journey, right? Starting all the way from writing basic test cases, right? Doing test preparation, test execution, walking all the way up the journey, managing teams spanning across not just functional testing, non-functional testing, user acceptance, and all that stuff. I've been enjoying each and every aspect. I think I understand some of the challenges the team face at ground level, right? Which
Yeah.
has really helped me in this journey.
Tysers operates in a highly data-driven environment. What are some of the biggest challenges that you face in, maintaining high QA standards across such complex systems?
You may know that Tysers provide insurance and reinsurance brokerage in a variety of areas, right? So we cater to a broad product portfolio, right, that we work with. So each area brings its own challenges. So you need a variety of application to support that as well, right? Even within these products, to support this, there are a variety of departments within Tysers, right? Whether it's the broker operations team, finance, risk and compliance, you name it, right? Anything that's needed for an effective organization to work. So each of these business areas bring up its own challenges. There may be a different technical solution for each of them. This, I would say, will be one of the challenges as a technology practitioner.
When you're steering these large scale implementations across platforms like low code ecosystems, how do you ensure your QA strategy evolves fast enough to, keep pace with the delivery cycle?
There is nothing like a one solution fits all kind of thing. So it's all about understanding what the application needs are, what's the problem statement, what the business are after, how quickly we need to get it to market based on various factors, right? Criticality, current business problem, and all that stuff. So it's all about identifying and agreeing a strategy that works for that particular scenario, right? So for one application, you may be looking at going into detailed level of testing. uh, it may be mission critical, you have to spend a lot of time covering all the scenarios, whereas for another application where speed to market is key, it may be all about doing a risk based kind of test approach, right, is quite key.
So you're always learning as and when you keep getting projects, and there's different learnings for all different kinds of challenges that you have.
Exactly.
Great. Let's talk a bit about Adrosonic and Tysers. Adrosonic has been a partner with Tysers for a long time, and from your perspective, how has the partnership impacted or elevated your department?
Right. I think we have been working together for like 5 years or something, and within that, I've worked with the team for 3+ years that I've been with Tysers. So the great thing with the journey so far is the team's willingness to always change where needed, take constructive feedbacks, and then come back with quick solutions and making a plan to implement that in a short to medium term, right, which is quite key. And I think that has worked out well so far.
Over the past few years, what significant improvements have you seen within your department?
So few years back, we were not to the level of maturity that we are here now, right? It was all about supporting a few of the applications within the estate with maybe some system integration, testing support, and all that stuff. From there to where we are now, where we are supporting applications across the wider estate, not just looking at SIT or system integration testing, looking at UAT, the user acceptance testing, slowly looking at how we can improve on the non-functional testing aspect of it. I think we have matured as a testing function, right? Over the past few years, the industry, the technology is always evolving. So trying to be there, evolving always, doing something better every day. We as quality function, I think, should be big advocates of continuous improvement.
Exactly, that's the best approach that defines the quality assurance team. So, Jeffy, how has the QA framework at Tysers evolved in the integration of new tools and technology and partnerships?
Right. The journey involved assessing where we stand with respect to a quality maturity model, right? So there was some assessment done to find out where we stand and then what we can do to improve further, right? I think it's all about establishing a set of standard processes and templates. At the same time, always trying to evolve with respect to the testing approach and strategy that we use for a particular project. As I mentioned before, there is no like one standard approach to everything. Looking at the problem in hand and having a solution that's best fit for the current problem.
Right. How do you try to review this, or what is the timeline that you review this approach with?
I think it's very frequent. So we have initiatives rolled out in the recent past wherein we look at continuous monitoring of these improvement initiatives, right? So it may be as simple as tracking your continuous improvement activities in a formal tool. You use a test management tool and say, oh, these are some of the improvement areas. What can we do to improve that further, right? And then you identify, okay, A, B, C. If we do these things, we will get where we want, right? Now, how to achieve A, how to achieve B, how to achieve C. It's a team effort, right? So how can we split it up within the team so that each of these can be progressed well? You have regular monitoring. At the same time, there is visibility as well, right? There is transparency. End of day, we as professionals, we want a pat in the back once in a while saying, oh, you did something good. So it's all encouraging the team as well, right? Saying, oh, you helped deliver item A within this initiative, well done. How can we go beyond that?
So, following to that, AI in testing is a buzz heavy word. From self healing tests to predictive analytics, in your view, which innovations are actually adding value today and which still feel premature?
You're looking at Gen AI, agentic AI, how we can apply that in the wider world, right? I think there is a lot of adoption currently in the BPO call center world, a lot of adoption in software development, in coding mainly, right? So it's a very controversial topic as well, right? Because when you talk about AI, there may be worries in people's mind like, okay, what about data security? What happens to stuff that we throw at ChatGPT or any kind of AI tool, right? Where is it stored? How it will be reused and all that stuff. That's one thing. Another aspect, and I would think a worry for a lot of technology practitioners is, oh, is AI going to replace me, right? So tomorrow, if AI takes care of all this stuff, what's going to happen to me? I know things are still early days, but my current perspective on this is that AI, it's all about how we adopt that early, right? At the same time, be mindful of some of the challenges, be it data security, do something about it, right? To make sure that you are implementing it in the right way, and then use it to complement and make some of the existing processes much more better, right? So in my personal opinion, right, it's not so much about AI replacing people. It may be more about people who know how to use AI effectively, right? Replacing people who doesn't know how to use AI effectively. So I think in my mind, key is looking at ways where we can safely and effectively use AI in some of the day-to-day QA stuff as well, whether it's coming up with much better test scenarios, right? So giving requirements as inputs, AI helps you with some of the effective test cases. So that's kind of replacing the traditional way wherein a quality assurance engineer applies techniques, right? Whether it's like equivalence partitioning or boundary value, or some of the risk-based testing, pairwise testing, right? Instead of that, using AI to complement and develop those test cases effectively. So it's about how we complement the current work as a person is doing it with some smart stuff AI can do, right? So that people can focus more on the important stuff, use their functional domain knowledge, right, effectively with support of AI to deliver quality products quickly, right, is the key in my mind.
Interesting. So, have you experimented with any of these, or do you think that industry is still in that premature phase, or still in the buzzword phase?
Um, I think my understanding after being in various forums is that there is large adoption now, right, in AI. In the financial services industry and all that stuff. But in the insurance world, it may be still early days, but there is a lot of proof of concepts and stuff being done, right, to see how AI can support areas like slip generation, or maybe some simple day-to-day tasks, like how AI can support maybe build a quick minutes of a meeting, right, rather than someone trying to sit and take notes. AI providing you with a key list of actions and all that stuff, right? So there is definitely adoption within the firm, within the industry, right? But still a long way to go. And when it comes to quality assurance, we are exploring options, right? How to use AI for some of the areas that I mentioned before, like coming up with effective test cases and all that stuff. So I'm confident that in the coming days, we'll see a lot of adoption and rollout in the space.
So, let's say Tysers is scaling into a new territory or product line. Based on your experience, what's the first quality strategy decision that you would take? Would it be team structure, automation, or a tooling stack?
The first priority will be understand the problem statement. So whether it's understanding the business requirements as we have it, right, at the same time understanding what the end client is after, because in my role it's not just about technology delivery, right, it's the UAT coordination, business acceptance, business adoption as well. So understanding the problem end to end, at the same time understand the time criticality and all that stuff, right, when we want it delivered, right, because all the approaches that we take may need to be customized based on that. As a quality enthusiast, I may always want to go for perfection, right, but you must realize that in this world, right, there's nothing as a perfection. You may deliver a very good quality product, but if you are slow to the market, right, you may not get the reward that you're after, right? So it's about hitting that fine balance. So understand the problem, tweak your test approach based on the problem in hand, right, but at the same time keep a set of standards and processes and templates, so that every project you're not doing something random. It's all about you have a structure, but at the same time how we can tweak slightly to meet the requirement of that specific project.
That brings me to my next question. There's always that one lesson that, only experience teaches us. So, what's that one quality mistake or assumption, you'd never make again, and why?
Early years of my career, right, the perspective was that somehow strive for that perfection, right, look at a stringent process, try to stick to that, right, for each and every project. What life and career has taught me is that you have to be like flexible, right, looking at the problem in hand, try to hit that balance, right, between perfection, time to market and all that stuff, something which works for everyone, right. This may be a bit controversial, but I would say don't strive for perfection every time, right.
All right, so before we close, what's this one piece of advice that you would give to emerging QA leaders and industry experts entering the world of QA and technology today?
Yeah. I think it's all about understanding that QA is not just about testing a particular system, right? Going a particular way. Understand the various things quality assurance bring to the table. It's not just about testing the software, it's about quality of the process as well, right? How we as QA practitioners can contribute to maybe building effective requirements, how to improve the process around an agile delivery. All these, I think, should form part of an effective QA practice, right? So, my recommendation will be don't stick to traditional quality assurance as we say it, right? Look at how we can contribute to the wider SDLC and the wider process as a quality function.
And now I have a quick round of rapid fire for you, where you just have to say one word, and there we are. Yeah? Great. So the first question is manual testing or automation? What's your guilty pleasure?
Manual testing just because I started with it, but I'm a big time advocate of automation now because of the value it brings to the table, the speed to market, and all that stuff. But yeah, short answer is manual.
Manual testing, perfect. So if your career was a bug, what would it be called?
That's a funny one. I would say usability bug, even more than a functional bug.
Great answer. So one testing tool you cannot live without.
Um, any test management tool, be it, I don't want to be an advocate of a particular tool, right? Be it Jira, ALM, or Azure DevOps or whatever, right? Something which will help derive some MI. I'm a big numbers person. I keep looking for dashboards for where we are standing with respect to testing or bugs or priorities and severity and all that stuff. So test management.
You're stuck in traffic with a failing build. What's on your playlist?
I'm a melody person, be it something from Ed Sheeran or be it some Indian, right? Say some good Bollywood melodies or a Tamil song
All right.
or Malayalam, right? Anything, right?
If you weren't in QA, what would your alternate career be?
I think teaching. Yeah, I really enjoy like sharing my knowledge to others, right? And I assume I'm quite good in summarizing the information and passing on to others. So yeah.
So the fastest bug fix you've ever pulled off, has it been in seconds, minutes, or tell us?
I would say minutes because in those old times when I was like kind of peer programming or sitting next to a developer, right? You're looking at the same screen, developer is telling you like, oh, this is how we have put the if else condition, and you spot something more like a white box testing and then say, oh, this doesn't look right. So if you do this scenario, there is this issue possible, right? And you fix it then and there. So I would say within minutes.
Great. Well, that has been great, Jeffy, and I'm very happy that we had you here today and you spent so much time with us sharing your insights, your experiences, and I'm sure our listeners also found this very insightful and interesting. So thank you so much, Jeffy, for being here with us at ADROSONIC Pulse.
Thank you so much, Morvi, for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
So this is me, Morvi Sharma, signing off for ADROSONIC Pulse. See you next time.